You like big old churches? You like wooden buildings? We're in the Times Square of Bennington, Vermont. This house looks like it was built in 1683. Wow. All wood, probably brick lined. Probably got a wood stove in every room. Probably some wooden drains underneath these roads. The garlic festival I went to was that way. The place was packed. 30,000 people. They had 100 acres of cars. Check out this house. I just drove by and I saw this thing peeking out from the overgrowth. And what a monster. Diesel. I've been watching this guy, Tech Mancudo, what's his name? Car Tech Mancudo, bashing Fords, the 5.3 valve. They don't last as long as these old houses in Vermont. Holy Toledo, this thing is old and rusted and overgrown. Right on the corner of green light and red light. What is someone doing with this monster? Room upon room upon room with porches, and everything is rotten. There's not a grain of lead paint left on this old house. Look at those windows and the fire escape and the shutters. Wait a minute. There's some paint. Yeah, I spoke too soon. It's even got asbestos. Where is it? Right there. That's asbestos paper. I was renovating a building and there was a wall, partition wall between the apartments. And the guy said, "You know that red paper is asbestos?" I said, "Really? Like scratch and sniff asbestos?" One thin layer of asbestos paper, kind of sort of the thickness of what you'd find in a shirt if you bought a shirt, a fancy Arrow shirt. It's got a tall brick basement and shutters, and it's falling apart. It was a work of art. Revenue property. Full 6-foot high basement. Floor to ceiling windows, second floor. Is that the first floor or is that the basement? First floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. Revenue property. It's a Harley. Dead stock. Just falling apart and overgrown. Someone must have tended to the bushes here a long time ago. You know, it's got one more story above there, or maybe it's just a higher roof. 3 gables. What is the story behind this house? And how much are the taxes, and are they paid? Isn't it a crazy system? You buy a house, maybe you have a mortgage. If you're lucky, you don't. Maybe a family member left you a house. It's been in the family 50 years, 100 years. But you don't pay your property taxes and they seize it from you. Isn't that crazy? I think that chimney needs a little bit of work. It won't focus, and I got traffic coming to run me over. Huge house. How many square feet do you think this is? 10, 15, 20,000? And you thought McMansions were a new invention. I think those drapes are kind of tired. A little threadbare. Talk about a haunted house. So I've made a few videos here and there of haunted houses here in the Northeast. These choke cherries aren't quite ripe yet. What is the story behind this monster house? 4 stories, 3+ livable space in the attic. Someone's cutting the grass here. Stone foundation. Actually, it's stone parged over with cement, and then someone scratched it to make it look like big blocks, but it's not. We know better. And they've got another stone foundation here with 3 feet of old brick with nice trim work. And I poked and peeked around the corner, and I swear I saw a car in the driveway. Someone's living in a part of it. Not in this part. That's for sure. Look at the size of this place. It's like 3 or 4 houses, just one added to the other. Maybe there was 2 houses and they just kept joining them together. A little bit here, a little bit there. What an interesting house. Must be an interesting story to listen to. But I've got a couple people to talk to. I've got some business to take care of on this Saturday evening in Bennington, Vermont. Huh. There are lights going up the stairs in the house. And little decorations. There's a bit of paint on this side. Marble. Southern Vermont is known for its marble works. What is the story behind this house? It's just huge. Huge. Just the original, or this part of the house alone. Who knows what's original? This thing here is 50 feet wide. It's a huge cross-hall plan house. It's got a reliable Toyota in the driveway. Somebody may be looking out the window and wondering, what the heck is he doing? It's got a giant yard, probably over an acre, and it is falling apart. Just, I guess you'd call this deferred maintenance. That section is falling down, just like London Bridge. Interesting. Bennington, Vermont. Across from the church, there's a valley view over there. You can't really see it, but that's a distant valley view. I know you'd like me to go in the bathroom and jiggle the fixtures. I haven't worked on my apartment in 2 weeks. I've got a dish disposal I bought. Dish disposals are $200. I found one on Craigslist for 20 bucks, missing the sink drain flange. That's $15. Toyota. Slate roof done in a scalloped fish scale pattern. Amazing. It's only a 3-story house at the street. Only. What else we got here? We got a bronze monument for God and country. For God and for country. The first Protestant church within the present limits of Vermont was organized here December 3rd, 1762. The settlers having arrived June 18th, 1761. June 18th. On this site was erected in 1763 to 65 the first meeting house in the New Hampshire Grants. A plain building of unpainted wood, 50 feet by 40, replaced in 1806 by the present church edifice, which I presume is that first church right there. I'm trying to make a video. Jeez and crow. Ford diesel. Yahoo! Talking on the cell phone. Yep, handheld device. Here preached Jedediah Dewey, the first minister of the church, the trusted counselor of the colonists. Here the forefathers met in prayer for assistance against the oppressive measures of New York. That ain't stopped. And the overwhelming power of King George. Hither the settlers returned from the capture of Ticonderoga, the battle of Bennington, the surrender of Burgoyne, to offer up their thanksgivings. And here were brought the 700 prisoners captured on August 16, 1777. Are you falling asleep yet? For 40 years, the center of this religious life of the community, the meeting house was also connected with the political life of the state. Vermont was an independent republic from January 17, 1777. I'm reading it. Can't make this stuff up. To its admission into the Union March 4th, 1791. The first legislature met at Windsor in 1778. 1888, that's 240 years ago. And adjourned to Bennington for its June session, held on this site. The laws for carrying on the government of this sovereign state were enacted at the session of the legislature. Blah, 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 blah. Interesting house. Vermont, freedom and unity. Yeah. Live free, tax free, or die. So what was I just saying a few minutes ago? That if you don't pay your taxes, you pay off your mortgage, or maybe you have a mortgage. You don't pay your taxes, they take back your house and put it up for auction. How is that right? Can you see the mountains and the valleys and the white marble tombstones all sitting up nice and straight? The Antifas haven't been here to knock things over. Picking on the dead. Why would people come into a cemetery, youngsters, drunksters, and knock over tombstones? Easy targets. They're dead. They've done their duty. They've served their country, young and old. Mary B. Merrill, wife of O.C. Merrill, daughter of the Honorable Jonathan Robinson, died 1831. Cemetery, depressing place. Grass is all trimmed, the weeds are all whacked, and the tombstones are all standing up straight in remembrance of the fallen. Robert Frost grave. Bet you didn't know that. The art of gravestone carving in New England began in the Boston area in the mid-17th century. By the time Bennington was settled after the French and Indian War in 1761, gravestone carvers were creating gravestones in Bennington in a style developed in eastern Connecticut on the waterfront. There are about 40 gravestones in the cemetery attributed to Zerubbabel, considered to be one of the greatest carvers. Blah, 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 blah. My battery's going dead. What else is new? My WhatsApp doesn't work. My speakerphone doesn't work. I misplaced the phone I was supposed to return to Verizon, and I'm really annoyed. All right, battery's going dead. We're enjoying the scenery in Bennington, Vermont. Praise the Lord. And past the stinky garlic at the Garlic Fest. Yeah, I had some garlic. Can't you tell?